Hello, my crafty friends. It's Marie from Marie's Vermont Creations, and it is day 15 of the Countdown to Christmas card series for 2024. And today's theme is double stenciling. So I am going to be using a bunch of distress inks and some stencils. So they are from a variety of companies. That first sweater one was from Brutus Monroe. One of them is from a company that has since closed, and a couple of them are from Simon Says Stamp, and that one there might be from Rabbit Hole Designs. I'm not honestly sure. So I am just going to take a scrap piece of cardstock, just white, and I am using my waffle flower grip mat to try to help me keep the stencil in place. I didn't have much of a border. I should have either cut my cardstock down a little bit or put some tape on here just to assist me, but it worked out in the end. So I am going to take Rustic Wilderness and stencil in over the entire sweater, and I didn't worry about getting a perfect blend because I'm kind of going for a little bit of an ugly sweater look, so it didn't really matter to me if it was very smooth. And so once I get that completely filled in, I am then going to take that stencil in the upper right hand corner and cover this while my sweater stencil is still down. That way I get the pattern just on the sweater shape. Now this is important if you wanted to do it on your actual card panel. I do end up cutting these out, so it didn't really matter if I got it everywhere, but just trying to show the technique, and this was kind of the idea that I came up with. So now I'm taking Lumberjack Plaid, and I am using for this one some of the smaller Tim Holtz blending foams. They're domed. I like these because they're smaller and you can get into smaller spaces with them. I got them, I think, in a card kit, and so I do enjoy them. But for the most of it, I use my regular flat foam pads that I have on the bottom of each of my distress inks because I just have mainly the cubes for distress inks. So now I'm taking the tree that's at the bottom of this stencil, and I'm just masking off some of this because I don't want to get black ink all over my sweater. So then I'm going to take one of these small blending foams and just kind of pounce the black soot over it so that I can fill in the Christmas tree. And I thought about putting glitter on top of it, but I worried that it might bleed. I may still go in later on and add some shimmer. I didn't end up doing it while I was filming, but I do think that would be great. You could also do your additional design that I did in red. You could do that with glitter paste. That would give also another great look. So now I'm going to move on because I am doing 2 cards today. So I'm going to do the same type of thing, but I'm going to use this circle and then 2 other stencils. One is a snowflake and one is just polka dots. And so while I'm doing that, I just thought I'd tell you a little bit about this series. So I am doing this series with Michele from Scrap Secrets. She has done a Countdown to Christmas for the last several years, and for the last 2 years I've joined her to do her full series, and I absolutely love it. We do 2 projects a week with a holiday theme. They are, we try to keep them different from what we did last year, and they come out on Mondays and Fridays. And what we did was just come up with a list together of different things, themes, stamp sets, techniques that we wanted to do, and she put them in a randomizer, so we didn't even select the order in which they come out, so that it's kind of fun to see how they laid out. So I will have Michele's channel listed down below so that you can check out how she used today's theme. There are giveaways for this, and at the end of this video at the end screen, I will have the playlist for 2024 so that you can check out all of the videos that we've done so far. And in that playlist, Michele has an intro video that goes over, the giveaways and all of those things in there if you want further details from that. I am working towards getting to 1,000 subscribers, and if I reach that milestone during this series, I will do an extra giveaway on my channel. So that is just something to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel, who continues to come back and watch my videos. I greatly appreciate you. So thank you all very, very much. You do need to be subscribed to both myself and Michelle in order to be eligible to win prizes. And please don't subscribe just to unsubscribe when the giveaway is over, because you won't be eligible for any future giveaways that I do on my channel. So while I'm finishing up here, just doing the second one, these are going to turn out to be ornaments. So now that I have them all ink blended, I am going to fussy cut them all out off screen, so you didn't watch me do that because it's painfully slow. So then I just took this piece of pattern paper from my stash, which has some red and white stripes on it, and I'm going to adhere that using some liquid glue onto my A2 size card panel, and then I will adhere my sweater straight down. You could pop it up with foam squares if you wanted to, but I just adhered it flat and right to I didn't do it center, I did it up a little bit. That way I could leave room for my sentiment, because I'm famous for not leaving myself enough room to put anything else on the card. So I did make sure to put it closer to the top. This is just a pink panel of cardstock that I am adhering to my second card base, my goodness. And this one, I have dirty red fingers, and I managed to smudge with ink. So I thought I would just cover it up with the sentiment or one of these ornaments. But in order to fit them both, I had to alter the layout and turn it on its side. And so I wasn't quite able to cover up the smudge. So I thought, oh, okay, the sentiment that I'll use, I'll end up covering it that way. I'll have to show you how I fix it, because I was not able to cover it up and make it look good with the sentiment. So I'm just adhering these down as well with some liquid glue. And that one got its position a little more because I dropped it. Then I'm going to take some foil cardstock and just cut out the little toppers that you would find on an ornament. And I'm putting a foam square at the top of it and then some liquid glue at the bottom, because it's on and off the ornament. So I wanted them to lay flush. So I'm going to do that for both of them. And then on the second one, I do end up trimming a little bit of it off, because I did set it down a little wonky. So I wanted it to be not quite so far down the ornament. So I just trimmed a little bit of it off. And then I take my micron pen, and for the ornament on the right, I draw the string. I thought about doing a bow, but my bow skills, drawing in general, is not very good, so I opted to just leave that part out. You could actually do this with baker's twine and make your bow that way. So the sentiment that I'm going to use is from the latest Simon Says Stamp card kit. I think it's called Christmas Cheer, and it has a banner in there. So I'm going to stamp the banner in black on some scrap pieces of paper, and then I will do Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And I'm going to stamp the Merry Christmas using the Distress ink in Lumberjack Plaid, and then I never remember the name of the purple. Oh my goodness, that's awful. One of the purples in the Distress line, to do the Happy Holidays, so that they coordinate, because I use those inks in my ink blending, so they'll go together. And then again, off screen, I will fussy cut these out and adhere them to each card panel that they coordinate with. So have you done this before with stenciling, in multiple layers, with it not being a layered stencil, if that makes sense, where it's purposely meant to have different layers? Have you done them together, or is this something that you've not tried before? I am also gluing these down straight. I didn't, the only thing that got dimension was the toppers to the ornaments. Everything else was adhered flat. And so when I laid that down, I thought, well, that's not covering up that smudge. It's right there, and very apparent that I had done that there. I could have tried my sand eraser, but it was too close to the sentiment. I didn't figure that might not work out well, but this card is complete. And so then I took these glitter drops They're from it's called Pops of Color, and they're in like an iridescent clear. And I am just making little dots all over this pink background to kind of give me my own design pattern paper. You could do any design on it that you wanted, because I had originally thought about embossing this panel, and then I didn't end up doing it before I glued it down. So this has twofold, to give it a little dimension in the back and a little more interest, and to cover up that smudge that I made. So you never know that any of those things were had happened, because I took care of covering them up. So once I get that done, that will complete my projects for today. I hope that you enjoyed them. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them for me down below, and check out Michele's channel, which I'll have linked in the description box below. And as always, I hope that you all have a great day.